Do you know what a fish that hates water and prefers to live on land is called? Nope, it's not a crazy catfish. It's a mudskipper. Now, you might be wondering, what in the world is a mudskipper? Well, these fascinating creatures are not your everyday fish. They have a unique talent of living both in and out of water. Let me introduce you to a mudskipper named Muddy. Now, Muddy was a peculiar little fellow. One day, he woke up and realized he had quite forgotten how to swim. "Oh, what a silly fish I am," he thought. But Muddy wasn't one to dwell on his problems. Instead, he decided to turn his fishy faux pas into an adventure. So Muddy started using his fins not to swim, but to walk on land. He hopped and skipped around, much to the amusement of his underwater friends. And thus, Muddy the Mudskipper decided to do something that no fish had ever done before. He moved out of the water and onto land. So, what does a fish do when it's living on land? Does it go hiking? Does it take up gardening? Well, Muddy had his own ideas. Now, Muddy is not your typical fish. He's a mudskipper, a fish that spends most of its time out of the water. Muddy can breathe through his skin, much like you and I breathe through our noses. Imagine that, breathing through your skin. It's like having a nose all over your body. One day, Muddy decided to climb a tree. Yes, a fish climbing a tree. He used his pectoral fins, which are like our arms, to push himself up. But it was a bit of a struggle. Imagine trying to climb a tree with flippers instead of hands. Not so easy, right? Muddy ended up sliding back down, leaving a slimy trail behind. But did that stop him? No way. He just laughed it off and promised to try again another day. Muddy missed his old swimming days. But wait, he had forgotten how to swim, so what did he do? You might think, being a fish, he was in quite a pickle. But Muddy was not one to give up that easily. With determination in his eyes, he looked at his pectoral fins, his very own built-in water wings. He thought, why not use these? And so he did. Instead of swimming like other fish, Muddy began to use his fins to skip across the water's surface. It was a sight to behold, a fish skipping on water like a flat stone. Every splash made by Muddy was a testament to his ingenuity. He was like a dancer, creating a new dance move. He was a fish out of water, quite literally. But he wasn't going to let that stop him. And so, Muddy became the first fish to swim without actually swimming. Isn't that hilarious? So, what have we learned from Muddy's funny adventures? Well, first off, Muddy is a mudskipper, a kind of fish that doesn't need to be in water all the time. Instead, he spends most of his day on land, using his pectoral fins to skip around the mud, hence his name. Muddy's eyes are on top of his head, allowing him to keep an eye out for both food and danger. His mouth, located underneath, is perfect for vacuuming up tasty treats in the mud. Muddy also has a unique way of breathing. He stores water in his gill chambers when he's out of the water, just like how we would carry a water bottle on a hot day. And that, my friends, is the story of Muddy, the fish who forgot how to swim, moved to land, and then invented his own way of swimming. So what do you think Muddy will do next? Leave your guesses in the comments below, and remember, daily 10 minutes with Lavis. Creations will do wonders for you. Bye from Lavanya G.